and welcome back to another speed build. Today I'm going to be building a cute little gardener's cottage in the rural area of Windenburg. This cottage has a pretty fairy tale vibe to it. I actually really ended up liking it. I think it turned out pretty cute. You'll see the roof line is definitely pretty unique. I ended up going for that more curved look. I saw a pretty cool build on the gallery that I took inspiration from. I believe it was a base game starter home, and if I do find that again, I will put photos and of course the creator's name at the end of this video. But yeah, I ended up using a lot of get-together items in this build just because I had been kind of exploring get-together a little bit. This was one of my first builds, really using all of the stuff from that pack. I really do like it. I think that Tudor style is definitely something I haven't done before, and I think it's really unique. I do end up moving the lot around quite a bit. You'll see after messing around with the shell, I moved the lot to a different lot in the same area. I believe it was where the bar was in that same kind of neighborhood, and I just moved it there because I thought it looked a little bit better and kind of blended with the terrain a little bit more. So that's what I did. I did make this with a gardener sim in mind, so you'll see in a little while when I do mess with the terrain, I do kind of make a little crop growing area off the side using some debug fences, and I think that turned out really cute. I know, especially if I'm playing with gardening sims, that I do like to have kind of that, laid out area where it has nice lines and I can kind of organize my crops. So that's what I did with this house. I think the outdoor space really adds a lot to this house. Of course, there is a sitting area that I do decorate at the end of this video, in addition to that crop growing area. But yeah, I really like the way the exterior looked. I did end up using a bunch of get-together wallpaper. If you have get-together, you know there's tons of different swatches on the wallpaper. I ended up using the white trim with the beige background, if you know what I mean. And of course, there are tons of ways you can decorate the house, make it look more embellished. So that's what I did, kind of using, corner pieces and stuff. And of course, the get-together windows. I used a bunch of those in this build. I really like them, and I think they're pretty versatile, so I did end up using a lot of them. This house does use Get Together, Seasons, and Parenthood, so if you have those 3 packs, you can go ahead and download it off my gallery. My Origin ID is the same as my YouTube name, so you'll be able to download that. It should be up by the time I post this video, so hopefully you enjoy it. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. It's pretty cozy on the inside. I think you could sleep up to 4 Sims there if your Sims are able to scoot across the bed. But for those of you who are still having that glitch, you probably will only be able to sleep 3 Sims here, but I think that's pretty reasonable. I didn't keep an eye on the budget for this one, which I feel like I probably should have done. I don't even have any idea how expensive it is, so I guess we'll see when I do have a chance to look. But yeah, I don't think it should be too expensive. I did use reasonably priced furniture, except for that one expensive fridge from Parenthood that I did use. But yeah, I think the price should be pretty reasonable. So hopefully it's good enough to play with. I did playtest this build. You'll see when I get to furnishing it, things are a little bit tight, so I did have to playtest it a little bit. I think I did have to switch a couple things around, but I didn't have to make any major changes. So this build is pretty playable. I just have to check the price of it. So yeah, on a completely separate note, this is not even related to this build at all. I did release a limited pack save file that gives a makeover to Oasis Springs and Willow Creek. I made a video about that a couple days ago, so if you haven't checked that out yet, please do. I spent a lot of time on it, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Also, I haven't posted a speed build in a little while because I have been playing with that world. I've just been kind of enjoying being able to play without having to feel like I have to renovate each and every single thing that I do end up playing in. So that's why you haven't seen as many speed builds from me. I have been posting updates on my Tumblr, which if you haven't checked that out yet either, you can go ahead and do it. That's also where I put my save file for download. Both of those links will be in the description. But yeah, I just kind of post screenshots of my builds. Occasionally I put sims up for download, and of course my save file is on there as well. The screenshot of the build I took inspiration from will be at the end of the video, as well as my screenshots of this build, so stay tuned for that. Also, I thought this might be worth mentioning. I do have a submit a request page on my Tumblr. If you want to go ahead and submit a build request, you're welcome to do that. Just make sure to look at my request guidelines before you submit anything. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be done plugging things. So thank you for listening. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.